are moments in life when God feels late. You pray, you wait, you hope, but nothing seems to change. That is where the story begins. Lazarus was sick. Mary and Martha loved Jesus deeply, so they sent word to him, "Lord, the one you love is sick." They believed he would come quickly. They believed he would heal him. But Jesus did not rush. He stayed where he was for 2 more days. And while they waited, Lazarus died. By the time Jesus arrived in Bethany, Lazarus had been in the tomb for 4 days. 4 days to everyone there. It was over. Martha ran to meet Jesus. Her heart was broken. She said, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. That sentence carries so much pain. If you had been here." But Jesus answered gently, "Your brother will rise again." Martha believed in a future hope, but Jesus was speaking of something now. Then he said words that still echo today. "I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me will live, even though they die." And then he asked her, "Do you believe this?" Believing is easy when answers come quickly. Believing is harder when the stone is already sealed. Mary came next. She fell at his feet, weeping. The people around her were crying. Grief filled the air, and then something remarkable happened. The Bible says, Jesus wept. The Son of God stood before a grave and cried. He was not distant from their pain, he felt it. Then Jesus walked to the tomb. It was a cave, a heavy stone covered the entrance. He said, "Take away the stone." Martha hesitated. "Lord, it has been 4 days. In other words, it is too late." But Jesus replied, "Did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God?" They rolled the stone away. The crowd stood silent. Jesus looked upward and prayed, and then in a loud voice he called out, "Lazarus, come out!" And the impossible happened. The man who had been dead walked out of the tomb, still wrapped in burial cloth, alive. 4 days late by human understanding, but perfectly on time in God's plan. Sometimes we stand before situations that look sealed, dreams that seem buried, prayers that feel unanswered, hope that feels gone. But this story reminds us, Jesus is not limited by time. He is not stopped by death. He is not defeated by delay. The question is not, is it too late? The question is, do you believe? Even when the silence feels heavy, even when the stone looks immovable, even when hope seems buried, believe. Because the same voice that called Lazarus out of the grave still speaks today. He speaks into broken hearts, into impossible situations, into places that feel lifeless. And when Jesus calls life, death cannot remain. If it feels late in your life right now, hold on. Delay is not denial. Silence is not absence, and what looks finished may only be waiting for his voice. Nothing is too dead. Nothing is too late. Nothing is beyond his power. When Jesus says, "Come out," life begins again.